Greetings, aviators! Hello and welcome to the stream, a special Saturday event stream tonight as we preview a fun little indie title coming to us from this courtesy of Microprose Studios. Hello and welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic evening or wherever you are in the world. I hope your Saturday is doing you well. The little technical hitch there at the start. Apparently, it's been a hot minute since I've used this overlay, so apparently it forgot what half my resources did. So there we go. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Second stream for today, which is kind of epic. We don't often do the 2-for-1 streams, but apparently that is the new way, given our little contretemps that we experienced on Thursday. All right, folks. Welcome to. As I said, this is like no. Normally Saturdays, of course, is community flight night, and they will be returning in coming weeks. But yeah, for now it is. Yeah, this is a special episode because you can see down here in the corner here, we've got a fun little indie title that we're getting to preview tonight. But first off, hello and welcome everybody. It's Strayada. Wonderful to see you again. Great to see you again, Strayada. Rockview, great to see you chilling out and rocking to the awesome tunes here as our preview music. And 22 normal, yeah. Well, it's pretty much, yeah. It's like a lot of that stuff. It just becomes the norm now. But yeah, this is I was really fortunate enough, and I do have to say a huge shout out, huge thank you to Microprose for approaching me and offering me a preview key of this little title that we're going to be having a look at today. I just realized that you can actually see that chat. That's a little bit awkward because of that. Anyway, huge thank you to Microprose for offering me the chance to be able to preview this. Now, this is a fun little title that I've been keeping an eye on in development for the better part of 2 years. And it is still in our vein, like it is a flight sim of sorts. But for me, I remember when I first saw it, I had huge flashbacks to one of the first flight sims that I ever spent a lot of time in, which was an old school title called Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe, which is a old school 90s game, and that was fascinating. It was a really, really distinctive style, and this game, it really appears to capture that. But it isn't just your traditional, arcade sort of like shooter. Like this one is actually, there's a lot that's gone on under the hood to actually make it a flight sim, but it's scalable. And of course, one of the things that everybody knows that I'm really all about is all about that ability to be encompassing and welcoming to people of different abilities and content as well. So hopefully what we're going to do is, as I said, I've run this only once prior to this just to make sure the controls work. I still don't know the controls yet, so this could be rather interesting for everybody. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. So basically tonight, folks, we're going to be checking out the title. We're going to be checking out some this is a pre-release version, so it is not a full game. It's going to be releasing into early access on Tuesday. So it's only a couple of days away for the release of it. And we're going to be checking it out. We're going to have a look at it. It's still got a long way to go from a development point of view, but we're going to be checking out a couple of the game modes that we have available to us now, and you're going to be watching me make an absolute fool of myself. Apparently there are a lot of people who are interested in this one, which is good. I always like to see people's passion coming through from here. All of the tweets, and yeah, so hopefully we'll be able to appreciate it and see what it's like. Wow, all of the tweets. You're right there, Rough. Alright, so without any further ado, let's probably kick in and actually start having a look at this. So let's change this one here. Alright, so let's change over to this one. Alright, so we've got some basics here. Flight Sim Racing, great to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, it's got to go move that one over there. I got to get. So as I said, I literally have up on my other monitor over here. I have the keyboard guide to be able to like do this because this is going to be one of the interesting things about part of tonight's stream is that I'm going to be like, what keys? What keys do what things? Is going to be very much going to be a thing that I'm going to be doing here. All right, so what's interesting as well is that the for one of the things, of course, that's always very commonplace with flight simulators. We always talk about key minding and controls and stuff with it. So we might actually start with that one because that is something that happens a lot. Now, you do have the options when every time you launch the game, it comes up with three options that you can choose. Where it sort of says, do you want to use keyboard and mouse? Do you want to use a gamepad, or do you want to use like a full HOTAS controller setup? It allows you to do, pick any of the three options. And obviously, for my experience, I'm going to be running just on the gamepad. But you do have the options of doing the HOTAS. The dev does warn though that the HOTAS is very much a unlike say something a big studio like Asobo and Microsoft with the Microsoft Flight Simulator, they haven't preset a lot of the tools for doing HOTASs. So it is primarily all about the if you want to use HOTASs, the developer source that, but you have to rebind everything manually yourself. Yeah, so which is something actually, funnily enough, which instantly places it ahead of Ace Combat when Ace Combat first released, because Ace Combat and Project Wingman didn't really support HOTASs at launch. That had to be added in later. Whereas this one, they've done a quasi support at launch, saying, okay, if you've got all that kit, you're probably prepared to rebind everything. So we'll open up the ability for those for the game to see those controls, but you're on your own setting it up, which I think is fine. You can set all your control curves and all that as well. So pretty much everything's kind of self-explanatory here. You do get to rebind and stuff to see. And it supports TrackIR now. Oh, that's new. That's cool. I actually just turned my TrackIR off, but that's cool that it actually does support TrackIR. Okay. See, now I'm going to have to reattach my TrackIR now to be like, I need to see that. But anyway, we won't do that. We'll go without the TrackIR for now. We might do it in a little bit though. All right, so that's our control setups there. Now, basic audio's there. There's no music added into the game yet, which I don't have a problem with, funnily enough. Like, because a lot of the time we either end up muting music or it just gets in the way. So I'm okay with it not doing that at the moment. So just your basic controls there. Now, this is what I find really interesting though, is that, and this is what I talked about with the accessibility part, is so you've got essentially three different settings for these ones here. So you can have full, half, or disable. So if you want to have, if you want to be invulnerable in combat, you absolutely can. You can disable that, and so you can never die. Or you can choose, full damage or half damage. So you can, if you're struggling with your ability to play the game. So for me, that's a really good accessibility option to so people who may not be as skilled in flying or combat. That's a good way of doing it. Fuel consumption, you can choose. You can use full, half, or disable, so it never drains fuel from the aircraft. But what's interesting about that, as they do note this as well, is that, and this is where you get a glimpse into that better understanding that this is more than just an arcade shooter. That the weight of your fuel actually does have an influence on the performance of your aircraft. So, and that can be really important for combat as well. Max them all out. Yes, we are totally going full damage. So yeah, as you're flying around, like if you don't, if you leave with, say fuel disabled, then you'll be flying around with full tanks all the time, which sounds fine. Except when you're trying to fly in a dogfight, that's not going to work so well. So that's really awesome there. Ammo as well, so you can actually choose your ammo, so you can actually see whether you can run out of ammo or not. Stores, and again, like the actual whether those stores contribute to the aircraft's weight. That's cool. G-forces as well. Nice. Cameras. There's a couple of like camera modes awesome as well. This one I think applies more if you're flying in third person view in sort of like a chase view. I've only, as I said, I've only done one quick test flight in this, and I just flew in the cockpit, so it didn't work as much there. But this is probably a good one to know, is that if we do move around, we actually see it as a helmet-mounted display rather than as a fixed HUD there. I'm going to leave it as a HMD for now, which is the default, but we might have a look at that a little bit later there. Basically, yeah, you can play in God mode if you choose to. So I think that that's a nice different way of you know, it again, it sort of floods him. It sort of harks back to the era of the game that this is trying to capture, I think, in many ways, of this pixel game, where you could enable a God mode. So I really like how they've done it. So, and then you've got your standard sort of display settings here as well. So that's interesting. So previously I just set the FPS limit to 60, so it's reset after the reload. So that's interesting to know. But as I said, this is very much a test of a preview build with the release build coming to us on Tuesday. All right, so I think, I could check out the database and stuff, whatever, but you know what? Let's totally check this out, and let's just go. Let's just do this, because I know that you all want to see me make a fool of myself. So let's try this. So we're not going to do a free flight. We're totally going to do dogfight, because we want to. I mean, get your popcorn out, because I am probably going to suck at this. But let's see what happens. All right, so we've got 4 F5 Freedom Fighters. So you got these are your aircraft types available. So you've got F4 Phantoms, F5 Freedom Fighters, and AV-8B Harriers. And then you got MiG-21 and MiG-23s for Red Air. Really kind of cool. I was going to go with the F5. I think we'll go with the AV-8, because the AV-8 is this is like the canonical aircraft that you start with in this sim. So yeah, this is the one that's in most of the screenshots, but we'll check out all of these aircraft types throughout the night tonight. So let's go to AV-8Bs. So AV-8s versus MiG-21s. This is probably actually going to end badly for me, but you know what? That's what we're here for. Okay, Red Air. Okay, I'm loving the damage mod. Look at that. There's actually like a proper damage model with this too. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. Okay, where is Red Air? Oh, and they punch out too. That's interesting. I don't think I've even seen people punching out in... Okay, the missile tracking... Actually, that's real missile tracking as well. Okay, that went a lot better than I was expecting. Okay. That definitely went a lot better than I was expecting. Okay, the fact that they actually have people punching out, that's kind of cool. Alright. Now, part of me wants to try and see if I can land, because this is probably going to be a terrible idea. Um, okay. Okay, so we've got dogfight loadouts, so we've only got sidewinders on board. Okay, I can see this is going to be a bucket ton of fun. So now I want to... Okay, so we're totally going to go back and do this again, but with something else. Okay. I'm just loving, like, the old school sort of feel for this cockpit. And not going to lie, the cockpit of this is more fleshed out than the one for Aeroplane Heaven's Control Easy aircraft for prepared. Okay. Now let's see if I can nail a landing here today. Okay. Where is my... Okay, pipper on the FPM. Okay, the fact that like, you can even adjust the nozzles as well. Okay, that... So not gonna lie, I didn't expect to stick that because the one time I've tried that before, it did not go so well. Okay, let's have a quick look. Now I'm just glancing at the camera controls here. Uh, okay, this is really... Okay. So, we can see what they were talking about as well. Like, you can see that we've only got one Sidewinder left on board because we've already fired off the others. Wonder how you rearm in this game. Can I VTOL? Let's find out. Okay, let's find out. Yes, is the answer. Yeah, the answer is yes. Yes, you can. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that flight dynamic actually works because I didn't I had to transition the nozzles over. Okay, so hang on. Here's the next question. So this is a tactic that Royal Navy Harriers used during the Falklands War. It was a biffing tactic. But I'm also going to try and see if I can stick a vertical landing, which I don't think is going to go so well. Oh, hang on. I didn't have gear extended. Oh dear. Uh-oh. So I like. I'm loving the damage model so far. Um, so with okay, can we just take a moment to sort of look at this because um, this has destructible terrain. So this is an indie game. So this indie game has got destructible terrain, a full damage model. I'm super impressed. It will totally totally buff out. It absolutely will, Kragus. Trying to see where in the sky are those other Harriers. All right, let's try that again. Um, and yes. All right. So mission failed because I was destroyed in the end. Whoops. Okay, so we got 4 kills, and so again, this is a bit more of a. Okay. And yes, my TrackIR is held in place by a rubber band because yes. Now let's have a look at. Okay. Restart my TrackIR. And we'll see if we have to relaunch the sim, or whether we can get away with doing it on just something else. Set that one. Okay. Okay, TrackIR set. Let's go settings, controls, open. Okay. Alright. So TrackIR is not seeing it yet, but we'll see if we just need to get into here. So maybe TrackIR is still an experimental feature. So let's just try a free flight. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, let's try this. Oh, no, there it is. Ah! Ah! Stop! Stop! Right. Okay. That was fun. I figured if I was going to start on the ramp, I'd be starting cold and dark. Okay, so... Alright, HMD works. That's kind of fun. Alright. Let me... Oh, okay. So let's set our nozzle set. Okay, that's incredibly satisfying doing a VTOL takeoff. That's incredibly satisfying, not going to lie. Okay. Now, I know there are other aircraft available in this as well, so we're going to check those out shortly. But yeah, the Harrier is the sort of like the iconic major player of this one. Is the when the campaign mode and the arena mode gets launched, it will have that one here. Base Rat, hello and welcome, my friend. Good to see you. It is a fly. It is a fine looking down the road. Yeah. So I mean, see, this is where I'm okay with the Harrier there, Space Rat, because you know, all of you frantic palm tree mafia. At least with a Harrier, I can still hover. I can be fixed wing and hover. So I see the Harrier as a compromise for those of us who are not wanting to fully convert to the rotary winged Mafia. I'm still trying to figure out how or if you can rearm in sim though, because that doesn't seem to be one of the keyboard options that I've seen. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's see if we can not crash. Not crashing is good. Okay, probably the only criticism I've got at the moment is I don't have a VSI. I don't have VSI information in my HMD. I'm just so used to that. But I do have. Oh, I can see. Oh, okay, I can see where it is. Okay, so that's in the control down there. Okay, so there is. Okay, so he does have full VSI information. You just gotta know where to look for it. Okay. This is genuinely an actual flight sim. Like, it is absolutely a full combat flight sim. This one masquerade. It's a combat flight sim masquerading as an arcade game. Oop, that. There we go. Ah, right. Okay. All right. Okay, all right, so we've done this one. Okay, so let's go back to see if we can blow stuff up. Now, I know we can also. All right. This is fun. Like, this is something I can see that I can't see something. I wouldn't spend maybe hundreds of hours in this. Like, I wouldn't spend like a full day in this, but I could definitely see myself, if I just want something, so it's a bit like Sky Knights when we play that. It's something that you can do something a little bit different. You can throw out there. You can have a bit of fun with just for something a little bit different. So let's check out. All right. I want to see if we can try something else. So we got the Harrier. I want to try the F5. Um, oh, okay. So your aircraft remains as an AV-8. Okay. Okay. So you always remain as an AV-8, but your wingmen change to something else. Okay. All right. I get that. Foxfire. Oh. Oh! And did I just get hit by... I did! Okay. Okay, the camera shake with the explosions is cool, and also I'm pretty sure I copped damage from the debris. Okay. That's fun. I'm totally going to call this Arcade DCS now. Okay. Okay, what have we got? Coming in. Fox 2. How good. Now, see, the flares are almost like 100% successful, so that's interesting. Okay, okay, this is just... Okay, this is getting to be way too much fun. I'm just totally gonna say that. Alright. Got one more ready. Where have we got? Well, he pops flares. Are you tracking? Tracking. Track the flare. Yeah, can only find the Harrier. Okay. Alright. Okay. So, my only question then, Space Rat, is how do I rearm? So if I set this up with, for example, say 4 waves of Redfall, and I've only got 4 Sidewinders, how do I actually do? How do I rearm? Because I couldn't see that in anything. That was about the only thing I couldn't find. Unless I have to actually go into one of the revetments. That's the only thing that I think we haven't tried yet. Alright. Oh, yeah, apparently don't go cross-country, because cross-country can be bad. I was impressed that I did some gardening with this while I was here. Could this be the next generation of gardening simulator? Oh, fuck. I may or may not have just hit the edge of the revetment and got stuck. Okay. The amount of fun that this sim is going to be is indescribable. This is going to be so stupidly fun. And I don't have pushback like I do in Flight Sim to Flight Simulator to be able to get me out of here. So, Nope. There we go. That'll do it. I mean, I suppose this is the advantage as the helicopter mafia keep reminding me of, being able to do things vertically is because you can do stuff like that. Okay, so it's got, yeah, they've noticed your thrust to weight ratio, which is very important um, when you're a vertical takeoff flying machine, because that's how because you've got to have a TWR of greater than 1, otherwise you won't lift off. Now, most airplanes actually do not have a TWR greater than 1 because they rely on lift of their wings to actually get them in the air. Okay. I'm going to try and be a bit more cautious with taxiing into the ramp this time. Okay, I like how he actually captures the power and the really tight turning circles of fighter aircraft. Oop, wait, no. Where are you going? No! Well, that didn't work so well. Anyway. Alright, we'll end that sortie. Alright. It was going so well until I was like, what happened? It just wanted to fly. It absolutely did. Okay. So, you know what? Let's have a look at the version of the manual here. Oh, okay, and we've got TrackIR works inside here. So here we go. Okay. So, oh, hey. Okay, so we do have phantoms in here. Fabulous tombs. Freedom fighters. That's Red Air MiG-21s, MiG-23s. Okay, AVOBs. Okay. Oh, okay. Munitions. Oh, hey! There is... Okay, so this is some of the cool shots that I was sort of like seeing uh, during some of the development of this, was seeing all these cool little shots here. So he's got some cool stuff we've got in here. So the AIM-9C was a little known variation of the Sidewinder, which was a semi-active radar homing variant. There was very few of them used. They used with some success, but it was essentially a baby sparrow is essentially what it was. So we got 7F, 7E, 9C, 9 Lima, which is the one everybody knows and loves. AIM-82B, interesting. Okay, this feels like this one might be a bit more Ace Combat-ish. Alright, then we've got Mavericks, Rockeye cluster bombs, fuel tanks. Oh, hello. Hello, surface-to-air missiles. Okay, 2 83s, 84s, and we got the red 4. Okay, I'm loving the little detail that again, this reminds me so much of these older games, and in some ways, actually a little bit, in some ways, a little bit like DCS, where you've got the ability to like preview and read up all the information about it as well. So that's kind of cool. It's also interesting that they've got the tactics information here as well. Interesting. So okay, obviously with some additional stuff coming through later. So we don't have anything in the rotary wing section yet, but obviously that's coming. Uh, I'm I'm loving the pixel tank. A1 C62s, all the fun stuff. Right. Okay. All right. So there's nothing here about how does one rearm? That is probably the big question. Okay, maybe it's not in the quick battle mode. Maybe we have to look for somewhere else. Let's have a look and check our controls. Okay, so we can do fly. Okay, here we go. So, okay. Also, I really like how they've done their control interface. So you can actually say, okay, so which one am I wanting to engage? You know, which controller am I wanting to change, and where can I like what sort of selection options have I done? So I think Microsoft could really learn, and Asobo could really learn a few things from how this settings window is actually structured here. The ground vehicles are just for AI. I believe at the moment you can only use it's only going to be aircraft. At the moment at launch it's going to be just the Aviate-B, and we'll see the other aircraft get added in later on. I hope. I've seen screenshots of the dev flying the F4, so I'm reasonably sure we'll see that at some point soon. Okay, so okay, so there's nothing. Fire, release, select next. Okay. No. Camera, yada yada yada. View select. There is, yeah, I think that's. Oh, hang on a minute. You can't rearm because it literally models just what it's like in the real life, which is once you've expended your weapons, that's it. Your day's over. So interesting. Okay, so in that case, we're going to try something. So the other mode that we've got available to us at the moment here is the arena demo. So this is more a bit like a where you're a bit of a you're fighting here with AI, but you're leading towards an eventual so trying to do a holistic battle as well as fighting for yourself. So your objectives are you've got to try and capture the bases. So you've got to protect yours and attack theirs. So let's see how we go here. Oh, okay. Okay. Do I have any red air? I think we do. Okay, I've got 2 red air showing here somewhere. Okay, so we've learnt that we need to get close to get our snapshot in. Okay, some range. Okay. Right, so the AI is actually useful. Alright. BDA. We actually hit something and destroyed something. Okay, that's kind of cool. Okay. Alright, cluster munitions. Okay. Oh, okay. That was kind of cool. Alright. Okay, so that is, we are clean. We've got no ordnance left on board. So we can go in, see if we can go in for a gun kill. Nope. Yeah, AI has already taken care of that for us. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Okay. And I love the grey out that happened there as well. That was kind of cool. Okay. Now, what I was experimenting with, I want to see if I can actually land at this airfield and rearm. Okay. Let's see if we can rearm at this airfield, or either rearm or we can end a sortie. Because I wonder if it will allow us to re-sortie after we land here. Okay, so let's bring back. Okay. Okay, check gear. We've got gear down this time, which is a good start. Okay. So I'll see if we can get off the runway, see if we can rearm this way. But otherwise, I think the way to rearm is going to be, we'll see if we re-sortie. Okay. Okay, so this is how you saw. Okay. Okay, so you just basically you can restart a sortie as long as you're still intact. Okay. So let's change. So basically, in that way, it is kind of like real life with the fact that you can't sort of rearm on the fly. You actually sort of have to. You actually sort of have to go back and actually sort of finish a sortie to actually be able to do that. Okay, let's see if I can get a better line up on this. And I love the fact that he's actually got proper CCIP going on as well. Now, do I have to land to resortie? That's the next question. Okay, that unit is destroyed. Okay, so that unit's safe. We're good. So I've still got a cluster bomb on board. Okay, I can see this being a bucket ton of fun. I really can. Okay, now do I have any more red for? Okay, I don't see any airborne threats at the moment. Okay. Oop. Well, wrong button. Oh! Felt that. Okay. Let's roll around, give another pass. I think I could actually see myself rolling onto my HOTAS for this, actually, funny enough. Okay, that unit is destroyed. Okay, I'm curious to see how that go. Interesting that they've given the Sidewinder the ability to engage ground targets as well. No, it doesn't. It just falls short. Okay. Okay, I can definitely see how this is going to be a bucket ton of fun. I'm just loving the 8-bit sort of old school sort of graphic style. And the fact that you can tell that under here is there is a combat flight sim underneath this appearance of an arcade title. Okay, I am noticing it looks like it's got like an auto aim feature. I did notice that. That's kind of cool. Again, also helpful for those who might have found this stuff challenging. I wonder if you can turn that off. Okay. Now my question is, can I... Alright, can we try... Let's just try this. End sortie. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so it gives you results of how we're doing. So we've got the advantage now, so we're 3 of 5. Okay, so we're going to close. Now the question is, can I change my loadout? So that's probably... I'm noticing here that I can't change the loadout. I suppose the strike loadout would still give me the sidewinders. So, all right. Hangar big closed. Apparently, with the I love the little like kill indicator. All right, so that base should be disabled now. So we should ground troops should be able to capture that one with ease. And that is it. Primary objective complete. Yay! Scenario complete. Okay, so all right. So I like that because it's a self-contained mission. I mean, that took us what 35-ish minutes to finish. I think that there could be a couple of things clearer about how that works, and especially about the rearm repair mechanic. I think that possibly needs to be looked at. And just the AI supporting it for that one. I think that's probably the only things to say about that. But it's a nice little sort of challenge there to sort of give you everything to do, give you something to do. I'm assuming there'll be a story mode at some point. All right, so let's go back to the main menu because I do want to try. Before we round this out, I do want to try. I'm curious about something. Now that I've seen how to rearm in that one, I want to try something. This is probably going to be a terrible idea. Okay. I want to know. Okay, disadvantage, dogfight. I'm curious if I can rearm. Okay, so they're on a 6 already. Okay, gonna go high. Damn, those flares are super effective. Okay, basically, it's just guns. Now, I'm curious, can I... No, okay, so yeah, so you cannot... That's interesting, because that basically means that, yeah, there is no way for you to rearm once you start this mission. So that's probably a thing that I have problem with. Because the issue with that is that, you know, although it's sort of real in that sense, it also means that, yeah, it is sort of like you can stack it against each other, against yourself, and Well, I suppose it actually challenges you to be a better dogfighter, because then you gotta be mindful of your ordnance. Also, I'm noticing they are actually working together. He's down. Splash 2. Okay, what do I got? Red 4, left wing. Okay, into a turning fight. Splash 3. Oh, you had a lot of energy there. Okay. Did he just try and do a cobra? That MiG-21 totally just tried to do a cobra. That's interesting. Okay, what have we got? Three left. Oh, that was a terrible idea. That was a terrible idea. Okay, you know what? We're gonna deal with you, I think, first. See, what the MiG-21 has speed. Splash 4. Okay, what do we got? And I'm damaged, I bet. Yep. That's actually really cool that the damage actually influences my ability to fly. And yeah, I'm out. Okay. Yep. Yep. There you go. That was fun. And I do believe, yeah, we lost. 2 red 4 is all that's left. 3 red 4. No, there's 1 phantom left. Come on, phantom, you can do it. I bet they're on. I bet they've finished. They've drained their weapons as well now. Damn. So that's you know what? This game as a whole is really fun. Like this is it's a different kind of game. Like it combines a lot of there's a lot of the cool elements that we look for in arcade flight sims, but there's also, but it's also approachable. Like, we can have, so if we want to do that, take to challenge ourselves, whatever, you can have that as unlimited weapons. Then you can actually, no, you don't have the options of unlimited weapons. You have options of unlimited guns, the gun ammunition, but that's it. So it still gives you something. So you can still challenge yourself that way, and it makes it accessible to help you get access to it and get into it, so it doesn't try and gatekeep itself. And that's probably that's one of the really important features for me, is it doesn't try and gatekeep itself. It's sort of like, it doesn't matter what sort of control setup you have, it doesn't matter what sort of experience you have, you can tailor your game experience to actually suit how you want to play it. So yeah, this is going to be really, really fun. This is. Look, that's pretty much going to round out a little preview of this title here. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm actually going to publish this one over on our YouTube channel as well, because yeah, I think this is a nice, neat little package here. It's obviously still very much a work in progress, and and as I said, what we've been looking at here is a preview build. Releases into early access on Tuesday. Be available globally on Tuesday on Steam. So I do want to say a huge thank you to Microprose for providing me with the preview copy of this. Overall, it's a bucket ton of fun. Like overall, this little sim is a bucket ton of fun. There is like a serious quasi-serious flight, combat flight sim under the hood here. We can see there's a lot more that's going to be developed, and there's the roadmap. There's actually, and one of the cool things as well, the dev actually has a link to their Discord and their Trello as well, so you can actually see what they've got planned, what their release map and what their roadmap looks like. So the developer is being really, really transparent with how they're going to moving forward with this one. So that's a really, really cool thing to see as well. Overall, there's a lot of nostalgia in here, particularly for older virtual aviators like myself. There's a lot of nostalgia in here, so I would recommend it on that factor alone. But yeah, as I said, like watching the behavior of the missiles when they track, things like getting spoofed by the flares. There is a real combat flight sim buried underneath the exterior of an arcade game. So that's going to be something interesting, and much can also be similar. Can also be said for Project Wingman as well. Like there's a serious combat flight sim buried under the arcadeness of that sim as well. So yeah, this one looks amazing. As I said, folks, this one's going to be available on Steam on Tuesday. Definitely, I would recommend checking it out if you want something a bit a bit different to play. Are you going to sink thousands of hours into this? I'm probably not. I'd like to see a couple of extra features, like maybe multiplayer come to arena, and I believe there is a I don't know whether there's a story mode, but I know you can unlock other aircraft as time goes on, so you will end up being able to fly the other airplanes, and that is unlocks as they come. But otherwise, folks, this has been my preview of Tiny Combat Arena. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, as I said, a huge thank you to the developer and to Microprose for the review copy of this one. So, folks, thanks very much for joining me. You can check this out on Steam. It's been amazing and awesome and fun to be able to share this experience with you. I hope that we just quickly check that one. There we go. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun being able to share this experience with you folks. Thanks very much for watching. And don't forget, as always, this is the part that's going to be for the YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. For those of you watching on Twitch, thanks very much for joining me. Thanks so much for your ongoing support. And folks, this has been my presentation here. Take care. Hope you enjoy it. Link to the Steam store will be in the YouTube video. Otherwise, folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care. Safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.